Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing swatches and a tutorial of the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, which just came in the mail yesterday. I'm so excited. So if you guys would like to see swatches, a try on, and hear my opinion of this new palette from Natasha Denona, then just keep watching. Okay, so first off, let me kind of compare this palette to her other palettes. This is the Sunrise palette. Looks like this. It was only $65 at Sephora, so compared to like the $129-ish price tag of the larger palettes, this is much more affordable, which is why I jumped at it as soon as I saw it. This has a combination of mattes and shimmers, a couple of duochromes. So we will get into swatches in just a minute, but this is what the palette size looks like here compared to the Natasha Denona Tropic palette, which also has the plastic case on the outside. You can see that it's a bit smaller. Let me lay it on top so you can see. So here's the Tropic palette and here is the Sunrise palette. It is slightly smaller. The pans inside, I believe, are slightly smaller. You can kind of see the size of the shadows over here are quite a bit larger than the ones over here, which is why you have the lower price point on the Sunrise palette. But I'm not complaining because I don't think I will ever run through an entire pan of a Natasha Denona shadow. So this is fine. I'm fine with the smaller size. I'm definitely fine with the lower price points. So let me jump into swatches and then we will get into this eye look right here. First up is Poppy. It's a beautiful metallic red. Next is Citrine. It's a beautiful matte yellow with a bit of warmth to it. It's not like a sunny yellow. Next we have Phlox, which is a metallic red again. This one has a little bit more of like a pink undertone. This one has a bit more warmth to it. Next is one of my personal favorites. This one is Awakening. It's this beautiful like mauvey gray with like, I don't know, like a blue lavender shift. It's really pretty. Next up is Laurel, which I can't quite place. It's like a pinky peachy champagne. Next up is Aster. This is one of those blue purple duochromes with a little bit more purple base and blue glitter. Glory is like a matte berry shade. Azalea. I'm sorry, that was a bad swatch. Azalea is like an intense version of Urban Decay Fireball. It's got like this intense pink shift to it, but underneath is like a nice kind of coppery red. Next up is another matte. This one is Morgan. It's a beautiful peach tone. Next up is Agate, which is a really pretty champagne-y gold, beautiful highlight shade. Next matte is Clove, and this one is like a deep wine red with like a slight brown undertone. Next up we have Carnelian, which is more of an orangey yellow. A cross between like a pumpkin and a sunflower color. Next up is a beautiful deep kind of burnt orange. This one's called Jasper. Jasper. Next up, another matte. This one is called Morning. This one has more kind of like orange to it than the former peach one. And finally we have this beautiful metallic called Dayspring right here. So here are all of the swatches of this Sunrise palette. I will insert close-ups for you right here. Okay, so now that you've seen swatches, let me head on over and show you the tutorial, and then I'll be back to let you know what I think of this palette. Okay, so the eye makeup is done. I'm going to finish off the face makeup and come back to tell you what I think of this palette. Okay, so you've seen the tutorial. Now let me share my thoughts with you. So if you have lighter skin tone, some of these shadows may stain your skin just from doing swatches. Yesterday and today, I've noticed that some of the red shades are really hard to get off the skin. So keep that in mind. Use an eyeshadow base or use a cream shadow first if that's something that bothers you or if that's a concern of yours. This is the first time I'm wearing it on the eyes today. So I'll let you know in the comments, or I'll let you know right here at the bottom of the screen if it did stain my eyes, but I did use MAC Paint Pot today. But it does seem to be staining the skin on my fingers when I'm swatching and also on my arm. It stained my whole hand yesterday when I tried them. So just keep that in mind. But my thoughts on the formula, it is the typical Natasha Denona formula that I love. I think these mattes are super, super soft and creamy. They are pigmented. They blend out beautifully. Like there's very little work required to blend these matte shadows out. I think they're amazing. So I'm definitely glad that she went with this formula and not the one that everyone had issues with in the Safari palette. So definitely happy with the formula of those. The metallics I like, but I feel like these reds are very similar. She probably could have done something more of a brown tone or more of a pink metallic. These are quite similar, and I don't really feel like I need two metallic reds in the same palette, but that's just my personal thoughts on the palette. These mattes I love. I really love this shade here, Awakening. It's like a rose gold with like a pink with a little bit of mauve. It's really, really beautiful. This is kind of your typical blue, purple. Urban Decay has one that was tonic. I know that Luxie Beauty has one. I can't remember the name of it. I feel like most brands have like a blue purple one, which I am wearing on the eyes today. I wanted to try as many shadows as possible. So today I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shadows on the eye, and I love the way that the look turned out. I think that it would have looked even better with false lashes, but I wasn't dealing with that today. But I think the formula is really nice. They blend out beautifully. I feel like you're going to be a little bit limited with what you can do with this because this is almost an all warm palette with the exception of this one blue purple. You also don't have any like blacks or browns to kind of deepen up a look and make it more wearable. So if these are colors that are calling to you, the price point is definitely right at $60 some versus the $100+ palettes that normally come out from this brand. So I think it's really good. Am I glad I got it? Yes, I am, because I really enjoy her formulas. And I can mix and match this with some of the other palettes I have from her. So yes, I am happy I purchased it. Yes, I would recommend this palette. I like the small size. It's much more easy to use and not quite as cumbersome as the larger palettes like the Tropic one and some of the other larger ones. So I think this is a good palette. The formula is really nice. The colors are fun. If you don't like fun, bright colors, this is not for you, but I personally do. So this is a win in my book. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing swatches, tutorial, and hearing my thoughts of the new Sunrise palette. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.